All right, we are at Killington today. It's my first time here, and it is not a balmy 34. It is windy, cold, and snowing. So I'm hoping all the lifts are open, but it's windy. If it's windy down here, it's got to be so windy up at the top. But we'll see. Hopefully it'll get a little warmer, but oh my God. So you got to check like the weather everywhere because the mountain is always different. But I hope all the lifts are open. We'll see. This is the snow shed area, and I parked here because it was a pretty central location. I had no idea where to go because there's multiple places to park.
This is my first time. I have no idea where to go.
Exactly. Did not. But there's multiple places you can park at Killington, but you can still access all the higher lifts like the gondola and the Snowden from the snow shed area. All right. Did you guys hear that wind? It is supposed to be, well, I should have checked the weather for Killington because I thought it was supposed to be like 34 degrees. But again, I did only check the weather for where I'm from, and I'm like 2 hours kind of like southwest of Killington. So always check what the mountain says because it is a windy and it's snowing right now, which is great that it's snowing. But it's a bit windy, so I don't know if the top is going to be open, which I hope it is because this is my first time ever at Killington, and I know there's a lot of trails to cover right now. So I think right now, no, I do know because I saw the Snowden Express or quad. That's what I'm on right now. So I'm in like the beginner area, but I'm gonna try to go, if you're looking at the map, all the way to all the way to the right where the Snowden Express is, and there looks like there's a lot of glades there. I wish I remember what peak that was. I don't. I'm gonna have to look at a map because I know when I get off this lift, I am looking for the Highlander Trail, and then I'm gonna see if I can like get all the way to the Snowden. It's either express or quad. So I'm gonna have to look at the map again, but I'm so excited to be here. Yeah, we'll see how it is. I will say Killington has expensive lift tickets, so I really need to make the most of the day, which I usually do anyway, so I'm not too worried about that. But I just hope, because it's windy, and it's windy at the base right now, so I don't know if the lifts up top are gonna be running. I hope they are, or hopefully the wind will die down. But anyways, it's snowing, so the conditions look amazing. So that's really good. But yeah, let's get to the trails. All right, let's see what this next clip is about. Oh, this was me getting off at the snow shed. So I thought I needed to take this one trail. That's why you see me going the complete wrong way away from the glades off the Snowden. But I quickly realized, you don't see it now, but there's gonna be a map of Killington to the right. As soon as I pass that map, yep, it's about here that I realized I made a wrong turn, and I was supposed to indeed go the other way, the initial way that I went off the lift to the right. I don't know why I'm cross-country skiing to the left all the way here. Well, I do know why. I thought I had to go that way, but I should have stuck to my original thought process and indeed gone to the right onto Frolic. I think here I'm trying to look for Blue Heaven. That might be way off, but yeah. So here I am turning around, realizing my mistake, and going to Frolic. Because Frolic is a nice blue trail that's kind of wraps around all the way back to Snowden, and you can access a ton of glades from that trail, which is what I was trying to get to. I just felt like this would be better explained. So this is off of Frolic, and there's tracks there, but I'm not sure if I can go in because, like, at this point, this was my first run of the day, so I didn't know if Killington labeled their glades or not. And this part, I still, like, I don't know if Killington labeled their glades for Patsy's run because I just went in because I saw all the tracks and I was like, this has to be it. So obviously I went in and this is me in the Patsy glades, but you can do Scarecrow and Tin Man. Let me see what the other trails are off that run. Oh, Tin Man and Scarecrow. Somebody told me on the lift that they all funnel into the same area, so they all come together. I am the only one in these glades. Like, that never happens. This is so cool in here. Do you see all the snow on the trees? I truly feel like I'm in, like, Finland or something. This is so cool. I'm so grateful the East Coast has had the snow, or the season it's had for winter, because usually it's not great. So, oh my God. This is so much fun. I'm so excited to ski in these woods. Like, look at how much snow is in the woods right now. Like, this is great. I could spend all day here. Like, I wish this trail never ended. This is so cool. I have no idea what trail I'm on. I'm on one of the glades off of the Snowdon 6 Express, which I did not know was a bubble. I hope you guys see that clip that I just showed. There was other people in the chair, so I didn't want to whip out my camera. So I just got like a little video on my phone, but I hope that makes sense. I also think I got like a little clip on my GoPro of like the Snowdon 6/Blue Bubble chair. I've only been on another chair like that once, and it was in Park City, Utah. Took me a minute to get to the Snowdon Express too, because I was at the Snow Shed, which is like the beginner lodge area. But I'm so happy I'm in the woods, and we are gonna go ski the glades.
When you need my voice, I'm here. When you need my voice, I'm here. When you need my voice, I'm here. When you need my voice.
Again, this is just more of, this is still the Patsy glades, or I don't know if I've merged into all of them or if that's even a thing. Like I was saying earlier, because someone told me on the lift that the Scarecrow, Tin Man, and Patsy's all merge into one, but I'm not sure. But I loved these glades. They were so much fun. They were like a true diamond, I felt. There wasn't anything super steep, and they just had so much snow in them. The beginning, the trees were kind of tight, and then they kind of loosen up a bit, and just so much fun. There was so much snow everywhere. I couldn't get over the fact of how much snow the trees had, the trail had. These were so much fun. I highly recommend these if you want a very like cruiser fun glade and you're a very good skier. Like these will not disappoint, I don't think. I really like them. I could have spent all day there. Now at some point I do take the Snowden lift back up and I go on the low rider glades, and somebody on the lift told me how to get there. Thank God they did, because there was a sign for them, but I would have been totally oblivious because Killington labels their glades. The labels are like in the tree somewhere, like in a very obscure place, and they probably do that on purpose for like the locals, but they label everything else very well except for glades. And again, they probably do that to keep it a secret. But anyways, here I think I'm just getting out of the glades of Patsy's, or just about to, and then you will see me in the low rider glades very shortly. Okay, we're in the lone rider glades right now. Thank you to the person on the lift who told me how to get here. These are fun. They're a little tight. Okay, I think I said earlier in the clip I got before, I'm in the Lone Rider Glades. Again, thank you to the person who told me how to get into these, because I was just going to do the same run I did, but these are so nice. Oh my God, I feel so lucky that I could take this day off and ski. It is absolutely fantastic. Like, such good conditions. Look at the snow on these trees. Look at it. Just huge piles. Look at that snow pile. Oh, this is so much fun. I am so happy I learned how to ski as a kid. Like, this is the only way I want to spend my time. This is so fun. Now, I think this is a diamond glade, and I would say it's ranked pretty accurately. I'm actually kind of scared to see what their double diamond glades look like if this is a diamond, so I might just stay on the diamond glades for now. I don't know, we'll see. I think I'm going to do one more run here and then go to the gondola and try, if they're open, the Juanita glades. I think that's what they're called. And those are double diamonds, so we'll see how hairy those are. And if they're really bad, then I only did one run and I can go back to my nice, wonderful diamonds. Because this is all I want from a mountain. This is great. This is lovely. Really, really happy I did this. Okay, again, these are the low rider glades. I never get that right. I never get that name right anywhere in this video, so be prepared for that. But I really, really liked these glades. They were a lot like Patsy's. They were tight up top, and then they kind of leveled out at the end. But look at just like, oh, I feel so, like, just so happy in these glades. Like, look at how much snow is on my skis. But anyways, I'll let you enjoy the rest of this video. Okay, so this is the top of the gondola. I wish you could see if it was a clear day. Since it was snowing, we were in a cloud. But beyond those people, there's like that little building that the gondola lets you off at. I think this is Great Northerner into. There was a bunch of trails I took here, a bunch of blue trails trying to get to the Chop Chop Glades. I get really turned around here and trying to get to the Anarchy Glades and also the Somewhere in Nowhere Glades, which is much further. That's going to be in another video, but here I believe I'm on Great Northern. I come into some chairlift that I was not expecting to get into. I was trying to find the Canyon Quad, and I think that's what I end up on, but I'm not 100% sure. But this is me on Great Northern, and I'm trying to find, I think, Rhyme into Powerline, because at some point, that's what I took to get onto the Chop Chop Glades. And here, it's just hard to decipher what trail you're on, especially with the cloud coverage. But there's the gondola again, and I don't know. So let's see where I end up. Hello. It's been a minute since I've updated where I am and how everything is going. So I am on the North Ridge Quad, I believe. So I took, after my last trail in the run in the woods, I went, so there was a way, I thought I had to take the Snowden 6 lift back up, but I didn't. There's a way. I took a tunnel, actually, a little tunnel to get to the gondola. And I took the gondola up, and then I took Great Northerner to the North Ridge Quad because there's some glades I want to trek out around this area. So now I'm on Powerline, trying to get to either the Throne or Chop Chop glades. So I like the names, my goodness. So that's where we're trying to go. I think if I take Powerline, which is very narrow, we are gonna get into Rhyme, which will take us into the Throne or Chop Chop. I think it's the Chop Chop glades. So that's where we're heading. We are in a cloud up here, which I suspected because it's still snowing. Still colder than 30 degrees. So yeah, so that's my update. That's where I'm heading. Okay, I'm gonna try to explain everything that happened and how I got to Chop Chop because it was very confusing to me. So it might be confusing to you too. Hopefully this clears it up. But this is still good old Powerline. And then after Powerline, I have it in my phone where I went next. I went from Powerline into Home Run. So this must be where Home Run is because this is the end of Powerline right about here. And then it says after, okay, so this is like a little side quest. I thought this might have been a glade trail that Killington just forgot to label. This was not. This was just some, I don't know, you know how sometimes trails have like little side woods you can go into for like 5 seconds and then pop out of? That's what this was. But I believe this is still on Home Run. And after we go into Home Run, we go into Great Northerner again somehow. That must be like a huge blue that loops around the entire mountain from the gondola. And then after Great Northerner, so we must be on Great Northerner and Home Run for a while because I know when I get into Royal Flush is very distinct because it's kind of like I end up on a catwalk and Royal Flush, you like just drop off from it. But I somehow end up at the very top of Royal Flush. It looks like Royal Flush on the map has a couple different parts. And somehow I end up at the very top of it. And then I somehow get into Racer's Edge. And Racer's Edge, thank God I found that because that is the catwalk that finally gets you into the Chop Chop glades. Now, the Chop Chop glades also had a couple of other glades next to it that looked like a lot of fun. So let me see what those glades were called. Oh, the Throne. I was also trying to find the Throne glades. I think I mentioned that on a clip, but I never found the Throne glades. I only found the Chop Chop glades, which was fine. Now this must still be Northerner or Home Run. We're still not on Racer's Edge yet, even though this is kind of what Racer's Edge looks like, but more like enclosed in the trees. Okay, are we finally, oh, this is the top of Royal Flush. Finally at the top of Royal Flush. And then once, so sorry I keep blabbering on, but I want to show you where I turn into Racer's Edge, because once you get onto Racer's Edge, that's the final step into getting, well, I mean, you have to go on Chop Chop, but that's like the final leg of, oh, Racer's Edge must be, there we go, there's Racer's Edge. So if you want to get into Racer's Edge, just go to the very top of Royal Flush and keep looking to your left too. Now this is the nice catwalk. See what I mean? It's a little more enclosed. And this is Racer's Edge catwalk. And then I'm going to try to like fast forward through this because eventually to your right, you will see a sign for the Chop Chop glades. And I will drop into the Chop Chop Glades right here. So happy I made those, or found them. Okay, now these are the infamous Chop Chop Glades. I really liked them. I thought they were a little more open than the Snowden Glades, and I had a ton of fun on them. Again, they had so much snow. I think they were a true diamond. They weren't super steep, but they were, like, compared to Blue Square Glades, they were tighter. Like, the trees were tighter, so I think that's why they're considered a diamond. But they weren't that steep. Now, I got so much footage skiing at Killington that I'm going to make a part 2 to this video. And there I ski Anarchy, the Somewhere and Nowhere Glades, and you will see the rest of the Chop Chop Glades. So stay tuned for the next video. Thank you so much. Bye.